I'm old Mike. See this smile? That's because I've been real busy. I got grandkids coming pretty soon, and I got a whole slew of new slot cars for them to look at, play with, Google-eyed, move. Some are running real good, and some aren't running real good. But I want to first get something out of the air. I built 2 new slot cars, and this is one of them. It's a 1920. It's a 1962 Pontiac that was supposed to have been driven by a famous racer out of a Legend model set. It's narrow. It's 143. I'll tell you what, this was the dad-burn hardest car to get a chassis to run right in that I've ever had. I had to go in there and do some things. If you look at the bottom, it's nice and clean and neat. I'm going to show you how good it runs so that you understand that when I talk about something, I kind of know what I'm saying from experience. Now you see this old slot car right here? It's running real good, ain't it? Ain't that a beautiful run? I think it is. Now I'm going to stop it. Ain't that pretty? Look at this. Look at this. Look. All right, I'm running this car on an Artin track. This is a fast lane chassis bought out of Toys R Us. I'm going to show you again, demonstrate, set it right down there. Look at that, ain't she sweet? I can blow you right off this track. Notice that I only got about so much of a straight and a lot of curve. This is to show you how good these cars run if everything's running right. Now I'm going to stop her. This is number 22. It's a Pontiac. It was in the races in the early days. Now I want you to meet number 47. This was a pain, but I got her. These are not toys. These were models. They were sold to grown-ups, set on their window and say, oh yeah, and memorize. Oh, look at that pretty. But I have a blast driving this thing on my track. 1960 is when this one was on the road. This guy built these things in the race. Now I'm going to put number 47 down there so you can see it. Let's see if we can get her to run. Oh, she's being a little sluggish, but look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Once again, I'm using fast lane chassis made by they call them Champions. You can get 2 of these cars for $10 less. Sometimes you can get them on sale for $3 in other parts of the country. I haven't been that lucky. So I'm showing you how easy it runs because I've been buying these chassis up left and right. Why? Because I like to build things to run. Now, I'm going to show you a Tenco. This is a Tenco. Look at there. It's got one of those fancy slide guide suckers in there, so it's supposed to stay on the track better. This one's got no magnet. It's got an ounce. It's got about an ounce of weight in the back. That's just to hold it down. Let's see if we can get this baby to run nice and smooth. Oh, there she goes. She's off the track. Well, here, we'll try it again. Now watch. Now it takes a little skill to drive some of my stuff because that's what it is. I'm not a race car driver. I'm a tracker. I like to get things to roll on my track. If I can do it, I do it. Now I built this one, and now I got its brother. Fast lane chassis. That's right, another Champion. Watch this baby. Reason I haven't been showing this one off is because I've had so much dead in front, I gnarred the fenders off both sides of it because it fell on the floor. Some of these chassis just fall apart when they can't take abuse. But look at this, ain't that sweet? Now imagine the fun I'm going to have with my grandkids when I bring these 2 out and they can race them side by side because they're both from the Model T area. Now, here's one with a Carrera Mustang chassis on it. It's my Dodge. Ain't you pretty? Look at this, watch. Die cast. Look at this one I built. This is another one that I accomplished. It was a real pain in the butt. It was a bear because I had to go and do some fancy things to it. This one right here is an SCX chassis. No. Now I want you to see this thing because it looks cool when if they're running right. They look really cool. Now, I've seen a lot of you guys build chassis cars and put them on chassis, but let me show you something special about this one. Yeah, how many of you guys got a slot car that does this? Yeah, that's right. Look at there. The doors open on that puppy. You can look inside, see all the stuff, and check it out. Ain't that sweet? Yeah, I'm building slot cars. I'm not here to argue with anybody about how they build theirs. I just want to encourage people to build them because I build lots of them. Here you go. Check this one out. Toys R Us got this one on. Got this sitting on a Mustang chassis as well. Ain't she sweet? What? Some of them are die cast. Some of them are plastic. Check this guy out. Now this was a rough one because I had to do a little bit of tweaking on it to make it fit. Notice the cut marks? Look kind of familiar to another guy I know that does the same kind of stuff. He does a good job when he mounts a chassis, and he does. I'm not going to mention no names because every time I say something, somebody says I'm picking at them or I'm not. I'm not picking at none of you dad brooms. Guys, all I want to see is you guys getting stuff out there that does this on the track. Now look at this guy. I build slot cars. I work on slot cars. I think slot cars. I get in trouble because I do slot cars so much. Now this is my pride and joy. This one right here is an actual, another one that I got from Toys R Us. Die cast, by the way, and it is pretty close to 143, but I want you guys to see how pretty that thing is. It's my Corvette. I took pictures of this one. Check it out. Look at this. Oh, you want a little more speed? Huh? Oh, too much speed, man. Slide right off that track, don't it? I gotta be careful because I hate slamming these suckers on the floor. Ain't that sweet? Watch that butt on it. Okay, now, these two here, this one, and this one, were RCs. And to tell you the truth, they do a dadgum. Let's see what's going on here. Just a minute now. Be patient. They run pretty doggone good. They're made out of plastic. They're quiet. They are not die cast. I work with die cast. I run every kind of slot car I want that I can on the track so people can understand, so that you guys understand if I show it off 9 times out of 10, I can run it on my track. Now here's one. It's my van. Cool, huh? It's a hippie van. I'm a hippie. I like hippie vans. Yep. Buddy, Cheech and Chong. Favorite movie in the whole world. Up in Smoke. I got the idea from them. Okay, watch. That way it can get a smooth getaway. Don't that look cool? Now where would you hide a van like that? Now, you're probably wondering what the idea of the method of my madness is. The method of my madness is, I figure if you can get it under there and it floats your boat and you make it work right, you should show it off because you give other people encouragement to do this. I want you guys to know that anytime you guys want to put together a contest, who can build a slot car with a model with using all the parts, using as little bit of parts as you can, but the parts that come with the box, I'm for it. If you want to, I'm sorry, God didn't gift me with building these things straight from the ground. I like it because they're all usually painted up. I'm going to tell you what, there ain't no way in the world I could make a Jeep look as good as they do wherever they get them done. Check this thing out. And this thing was sitting on my Teco chassis. I took it off. Right now, it's Big Brother. Check that out. Is that cute or what? Man, that just looks good. That just melts you like butter. When I see that thing running, and you ought to see it when it's on the track downstairs, because that's where I run them. It's on my track downstairs. I got 3 tracks that I'm trying to set up. I'm setting up track. I got one track that's just for skill driving. That's where you take a car like this guy right here, and you run it down around that track, and you try to keep it on, and make through all the curves, jumps, humps, and everything else that's in it. And that's all Artin. It's putting there 14 feet long, 3 feet wide, and I talk about it all the time. And maybe I'm talking too fast, or maybe I'm talking too slow, but I'm just trying to be a square person with y'all, and I'm trying to tell you that, man, I love to see you guys build. I would buy more cars, but they're kind of expensive. This car right here, I got a good deal on it. The guy that built this car, if you look at this little Ford, now I'm going to show you, maybe we'll get it to run around the track because it's been acting up lately, and I'm not for sure what's causing it. I think that it's magnets holding it back. You see, when you get these things, if you don't get these things where the magnet guides up on the top, then it pulls it down to the track. I'm thinking about seeing if I can put an ounce weight in the bottom of this thing and see how it drives. But I want you guys to look at it because it's a sweet looking body. The guy that built this thing did a really good job. Matter of fact, he really did a good job on putting it in there. And I'm not going to nitpick with him, and if he thinks I'm trying to hurt his feelings, then that's all right with me. God will forgive him because I already did. I'm just trying to get you guys to look because there are really cool things out there that you can make slot cars out of. I look for stuff like this. Look at this thing. Isn't that sweet? It's an RC. Yeah, I can fix it so it runs on the track. And I've done it. As a matter of fact, I got a semi that I did it right here. Still got to tweak it. I'd show you how it works, but it's having transmission problems. The motor in this thing's about the size of a pin. Now, brush problem. And then I'm going to call it quits. Everybody newbies get these new cars, and the first thing I read about is my car won't stay on the track. It blows off the curves. So what car could I use that would be a perfect example of why? 9 times out of 10, usually there are 1 good or 2 good reasons why. Yeah, you get bogus slot cars from the company that are crap. Okay, they're not really crap. What happens is I think they get ornery and they mess up because I mess with a lot of different chassis. Right now, I've got, here's a Carrera, here's a fast lane chassis, here's a Carrera chassis, here's an SCX chassis on this one, and sometimes you have problems with it, so you have to tweak with it. But usually when they come out of the box, they should run real good. But usually 9 times out of 10, it's these dad-burn braids or brushes. They're new. They're like springs. They'll actually hold the car up just a tad so it won't run right. But when you get them running right, and they stay on, it's when they're off, they spring up and blow off the track. They push it off. Another thing is if your track's real dirty, if you got crapola down in this things like styrofoam or something, or a little debris or something in there, and this car goes in there and gets stuck in it, pushes it around until it can't push it no more, and it gets stuck in the cracks. Then it causes the car. Now, you can say what you want, but I play with slot cars. I get in trouble for playing with them. I get in trouble because I sit down and I think on it. Sometimes I show them to you and sometimes I don't. This Teco right here, it was my pride and joy. They all got their problems. And if you say, well, Mike, why didn't you put that Teco underneath those new cars you got? Well, I would have, except for one dad-burn thing. It might have fit under there, but I would have had to do a lot more work. And I'm trying, on these 2 cars that I built right here, I was trying to keep the integrity of the style of this guy, the original artist's idea of what this car looked like in the box. When you buy, if you were to put this back in the box, it looked pretty damn close to it. Now, someone's going to write to me and say, okay, yeah, this one right here, the wheels should be either red or black. They were black. I read up on these guys. These cars were a bear. And anybody wants to know if you're going to make one out of certain types of models, they're really alike, really. And I haven't really busted off in doing it, and I'm not bragging, but if I make a slot car, or I make something that you see sitting on the truck, 9 times out of 10 are a roll. And I haven't seen very many people, or I hadn't even seen anybody, make a slot car or a slot truck that the doors open on it. Look at that. This is a slot car. I took the brush off of it because it's not working right. I might have to put a slide underneath or order a guide. There are a lot of guys out here that will help you. We're not out here to hurt you, put you down. We're trying to encourage slot car, and I encourage 143 because I like the little buggers. You can set up a 143 track in space, see the car, and look at it, and you can have a blast. So this is old Mike, and I'm going around in circles now, and I've said my piece. I'm going to say this. Put a smile on your mug. Wish you all a Merry Christmas, and I hope to see you guys setting your slot cars up and showing them off on our page so we can sit there and look at it. Because I think they look pretty cool when they go around in a circle. And no, this is not my track that I play with. This is my test track. 9 times out of 10, if it don't make it around here, it don't make it to the big boy downstairs. Y'all have a nice day. Merry Christmas to ya. Oh yeah. And happy holidays to the rest of you. And have special ones. And remember your grandkids. They love to see this stuff. Ain't this sweet?